So we are going to be making a Mewtwo move tier list. Now for those of you who know me, you'll probably know that I'm not the biggest fan of tier lists, but for a tier list like this, I think this is going to be some good fun, and this video was actually suggested to me by one of my Discord server mods, Breakfast. Now, before I get into this list, you obviously see the tiers here. I'm judging Mewtwo's moves in a vacuum. If a character on average were to have this move, will they be happy or sad if they have it? I think that is the most objective way to judge these moves. So yeah, that's how we are going to go. Alright, starting off, we have his jab. Jab, as you guys probably know, is really good, and I would actually consider one of the best jabs in the game. The thing about jabs in Smash Ultimate is that they rarely do anything other than just get quick and easy damage. They're usually fast, they rarely combo unless you're Roy or Chrom. Any jab that does more than that is really good. And Mewtwo's jab, at minimum, will do 20%. That is amazing. That's, that's basically a smash attack if you think about it. What puts it over the top is especially how much pressure you can have at the ledge, where you can rack up upwards of like 30, 40 damage, even like 80 damage if they don't SDI. So this move I think is one of the best jabs in the game and definitely should be up here. Next up we have, I'm honestly also just going down the line of this. I don't know how these moves were ordered, but we have up smash. And no, this move isn't great. This move, in terms of power and speed, is fine. It has decent kill power. It's pretty fast at, what, I think frame 8 or something like that. Don't quote me on it. The main thing that is bad about this move is the lack of a scooping hitbox. The scooping hitbox is there, it exists, but like not really in a great way. You're only going to be scooping characters that are of average height or taller, and that basically means a lot of the relevant meta especially is just not going to get scooped by this hitbox. Yes, you can confirm it from a neutral air, yes you can confirm it into whatever, but more often than not a character is not going to have on average those kind of tools and those kind of combo starters. So I gotta put it in not great. It definitely needs work, and it's honestly something that a lot of Mewtwo players tend to complain about. It's like, along with the tail, the low weight, up smash not scooping is also one of them, which I think is pretty good sign that it belongs in the below average category. Speaking of below average and actually going to the opposite, we have down smash. Down smash is really good. As you can see from this picture, it is freaking enormous. It doesn't cover both sides of Mewtwo, which you would normally want in the down smash. Has very low end lag, which is a really big deal. This makes this move very similar in concept to Game & Watch's down smash, where people are not going to want to challenge it. This move in general, you get away with whiffing the move a lot more than you really should, and overall, like, it doesn't have that much combo potential. You're not really going to combo into it. It's just a really good, strong, dumb move to hit. Alright, next up we have neutral air, and neutral air is also really good. This move, I think, at the start of Ultimate got a lot of flack, but overall, I think as the Mewtwo meta has developed and once people actually started to realize that you can literally react to which side they're going to pop out on and then follow up with a dash attack forward or whatever, this move has become a lot more useful. It is a multi-hit, and multi-hit moves in this game are amazing. You can drag down with it to start combos, you can rise with it to start combos. Overall, it's just a really solid move. You can be used for edge guarding. Any character, I think, on average is going to be happy with this move. Obviously, the hitboxes do leave a lot to be desired. As you can see, these are the multi-hits, and they are pretty small. They're only at Mewtwo's limbs, which is what keeps it from being absolutely broken. It's not the Palutena neutral air. Overall, it's just still a very solid move, and I think a character on average will be happy with it. Moving on, we have up air, and this might be the first controversial opinion, but I think up air is borderline average slash very barely alright. If it is above average, it is just slightly. And the reason why I say that is it does like everything that you want an up air to do, but that is it. I don't think it does anything more. It can start combos, it can anti-air, it can kill at high percents, that's all good, but it basically doesn't do anything else. And again, in Mewtwo's kit, it works great. It's a very simple move. It comes out at a decent speed. It has pretty good range, though not really because of the tail. What you see with up air is what you get. You can start combos, like I said, it can kill at high percents, that's about it. Next up we have down air, and down air, I'm also gonna put in not great, I'm not gonna lie. You can start combos, obviously. It can spike. It's actually a very strong spike, one of the stronger spikes in the game. Problem with down air, in my opinion, is that the sour spot, as you can see, which is this big purple hitbox, just overlaps the spiking hitbox, and it makes the move deceptively difficult to spike with. Like, overall, that's like not great. It rarely does what I want it to actually do. And overall, I just don't think this down air is that great on average. I think when you look at the other down airs in this game, there are a lot more that I would definitely consider having over this one. Yeah, I mean, this one is pretty slow. It's, I think, one of the slower down airs in this game. And, I mean, it does have combos, but again, it's not a great combo starter because it's very slow. It's a lot more committal. And overall, it's just a very unimpressive move, in my opinion. Next up, we have Shadow Ball, and Shadow Ball is objectively pretty broken. I don't think I need to be the one to tell you that. Literally, when you look up Wadi and you look how he plays the game, a lot of the time it's charging Shadow Ball. Chargeable projectiles in this game are amazing. It just basically allows you to control the pace of the game because an opponent always has to respect that Shadow Ball. It's crazy how much utility this thing has. Not to mention, it's also a combo starter at low percents. No, not even at low percents, at any percent. It's a kill move at high, it kill confirms into a grab, into basically whatever you want. Move is crazy. Next up we have is Teleport, and yeah, no, Teleport is average. On the surface, I think it's fine. I think Mewtwo players will probably disagree with this placement because Teleport is just used on average a lot in Mewtwo's game plan, especially in disadvantage. But there's a reason for that, because Mewtwo's disadvantage is pretty crap. Like, it's not great, and so Mewtwo basically needing to rely on Teleport as a disadvantage option is kind of bad. There's a reason, like, a lot of people were saying, yo, Mewtwo Teleport is better than Palutena's because Mewtwo uses it a lot more. Well, the reason why he uses it a lot more is because he doesn't really have any other options available to him, right? Distance-wise, it goes fine. It's like a decent recovery option. It would be just above average, in my opinion, if it wasn't a Teleport recovery. The fact that it has 4 frames of vulnerability is crazy. It just makes you so much more susceptible to getting 2 framed and to just dying at the ledge. Actually getting to the ledge, it's crazy how vulnerable he becomes. Next up we have is his grab, and y'all already know where this is going. This is going straight into the trash. I don't like to complain about Mewtwo very often. I will be the first to tell you that. A lot of my longtime viewers will know I actually made a video of why I don't think Mewtwo needed to be buffed, but grab in general is so bad. His standing grab, his dash grab, his pivot grab, all of that stuff is trash. It has no range. It is very tall, so a lot of small characters can literally just pancake it. It's a crazy, crazy vulnerable move, which is really a shame because Mewtwo's kill throws are really good. Like, Mewtwo's grab game in general is really good. He has a really damaging forward throw, he has a down throw that combos at mid percents, he has 2 kill throws, which is amazing, but his grab range in general is so bad. Like, no character is gonna want this grab range. Next up we have Disable, and this might be controversial, but I think Disable's pretty broken. It is a crazy, gimmicky, stupid move that I don't know why is in the game. It is actually kind of nuts for how much reward you get for the risk. Because the risk with using this move, obviously it's a pretty difficult move to land, and if you miss, you're probably getting punished. But if you hit it, it nets you so much reward. It is crazy. You basically get a fully charged smash attack if you hit it. And I mean, at mid to high percent, it's basically certain death. Like, if I go for something and my reward is killing someone at like 60 or 50, and my only risk is that I get put in disadvantage, like, that's fine. Every character is gonna want that. It's just always a mix-up option, and is something that a character has to respect. Any opponent needs to respect this move. Next up we have Confusion, and Confusion, I originally was going to put in alright, but as I've seen more tournament gameplay and the more I've used it, I think it's really good. First of all, this thing is massive. Look how big this thing is. So not only is it a frame 10 command grab, but it's also a reflector. So zoners have to respect your reflector, but also just shielding becomes a lot scarier with Confusion because it immediately puts you in a bad situation. While it doesn't have a lot of amazing combos outside of the confusion into forward air at high percents, it just puts your opponent into such an awkward position where they have to make a split time decision, and if they guess wrong, you're probably going to eat a lot of damage or just straight up die for it. And a lot of characters, I think, would really enjoy and appreciate having this move. I do think it is definitely up there in terms of the best side specials. And back air is alright. No, it's average. It's average. In Mewtwo's kit, I would put it in alright. It's definitely a very nice move to edgeguard, but overall, on average, it's a very unimpressive back air. Like, the speed itself is not great. It does have good range, that is one thing. It has good range and it does have really good kill potential, but that's about it. I mean, when we think of the other back airs in the game, when we think of Mario back air, we think of Joker back air, Palutena, all these back airs come out significantly faster, and overall, they have a lot more utility on average than what Mewtwo's back air can offer. Mewtwo back air is virtually non-existent in neutral, except for maybe calling out some options, some jumps. Can be safe if you space it, but the move itself is just so slow and it's very non-committal, and something that on average, like I said, a lot of back airs just either will do better or just will find more utility out of. So I'm not a big fan of back air on average. I do love it in Mewtwo's kit. I think Mewtwo edgeguarding is one of the best in the game, and part of that reason is because of back air, but another part of that reason is just because Mewtwo has an amazing double jump. Like for edgeguarding, Mewtwo double jump is pretty broken. It allows Mewtwo to just cover so much space with back air. But on average, if we're assuming a normal double jump and just an average character, I don't think back air is making a ton of use. Next up, we have forward air, and you already know forward air is broken. I don't really need to say anything. It is safe on shield when you space it. Even when you don't space it, it's like I think like -2, something like that. Let me look this up. Okay, yeah, no, it's -3 on shield. That is crazy. That means the only realistic option that you're gonna get beat out by is Game & Watch Up B. It combos at low percents, it kills at high percents, it's a nice anti-air, it's a good edge guarding tool. It does virtually everything you want out of a neutral air, and it does everything exceptionally well. It is crazy how good this move is. I think the only reason why people don't say it's the best forward air in the game is just because it's on Mewtwo. Like, that's literally the only reason. I'm gonna just say it now. I think Mewtwo just has the best forward air in the game. Like, it's nuts how good this move is. Next up, we have forward smash, and forward smash is the bare standard forward smash. It does everything you want a forward smash to do, and that's it. Kills pretty early. It's pretty slow, so you're not going to be throwing it out in neutral that often. And overall, it has a pretty good hitbox. Like, it's just an average forward smash. There is nothing super special about this move. Mewtwo does find a lot of use out of it because he does land disable a lot of the time, and so as a disable punish, this thing is really good. In an average character's kit, I think this move is going to see some use, not a lot. Yeah, no, it's nothing above average. Dash attack, and dash attack is pretty alright. I think it's a decent burst option. It is pretty committal, which is, I guess that's kind of the MO for dash attacks. It starts combos if you hit the sour spot, that's pretty nice. It kills at very high percents, which, like, dash attack that kills at high percents, I think is pretty cool. That's about it. Like, I think on average it's definitely above average in terms of dash attacks, but doesn't do anything spectacularly well, which is what keeps it from being really good or broken. It's just a nice dash attack, it's good to have, it can catch landings, covers a lot of distance. That's all you really need. Alright, next up we have down tilt. Down tilt is really good. I think down tilt is a really good move. It starts combos, it has a lot of range. Admittedly, this little tipper hitbox is kind of useless. It doesn't really combo into anything, it doesn't do a lot of damage, it's just a nice decent poke in the neutral, I guess. But the combo potential with this move is really good, and overall just a good move. It has decent range, and yeah, nothing really much else to say, just a solid attack. Next up we have up tilt, and up tilt is alright. It's a nice anti-air, it starts combos, covers decent ground. I think it can kill at high percents, I don't know, I can't remember the last time I killed with this move. Yeah, overall a decent option. And last but not least, we have forward tilt. And forward tilt I also think is alright. I think this move is fine. It doesn't really start any combos, but I mean, forward tilts rarely start combos. The main use, I think, of forward tilt is basically just to hit the person away from you as a get off me option. The speed can be better, the launch angle could be a little bit better, but I mean, that's basically just nitpicking. I think this move does everything that an F tilt is supposed to do. It has decent range, has pretty good kill power at high percents. Doesn't start any combos, but like I said, not a lot of forward tilts are really meant to start combos. It's definitely not really good. It doesn't do anything particularly impressive. It's just a good forward tilt. And that is it for this tier list. Now, you probably are seeing that Mewtwo, at least in my opinion, on average has pretty good moves. And you might think that I'm a Mewtwo optimist for saying that. And I probably am, honestly. Like I made the character. But I think realistically, as a glass cannon, as a character who is supposed to have high kill potential, just really insane damage output, the character I think should have a pretty broken moveset. Like on average, a Mewtwo move should be above average. And I think design-wise, that's exactly what we got. We got a character with a really good moveset, specifically designed to just take stocks very early and very often. Where it falls apart, I think, is you're probably going to see a lack of defensive options, and we see that, you know, with teleport and, I mean, a bad shield grab, a bad grab in general, that kind of deal. So regardless of where I put these moves, I really love up smash, especially just as I think the up smash is one of the coolest looking moves in the game. I think the down air is a very satisfying move to hit. Back air, Mewtwo's moveset, I think, just aesthetically also is just one of the best in the game. It's just such a cool character. But anyways, that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by leaving that like and subscribing if you would like to see more. That's all I have for now. I'll catch you all later.